So take your time to arrive on your yoga mat. Find your sitting bones rooted to the mat, starting with cross-legged seated position. Readjust your computer if you need to, readjust the voice. And slowly let's start with our breathing. So roll your shoulders down and back, close your eyes, and start to notice your breath. Breathe in through the nose. Allow your spine to get longer. Breathe out through the nose. Hello, hello. We've just started. Start with the breath. Breathe in. Expansiveness across the chest. And as you breathe out, pull your tummy gently in so you can tune your tummy up. Find a few more cycles of breath. Aim to breathe equally long breath-ins and equally long breathe-outs. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it's a new month, it's 1st of April, so it's a nice chance to bring a new intention for upcoming month. Let's have a strong practice today and strong intention. Starting with a mantra, I focus on what I can do instead of what I cannot do. I focus on what I can do instead of what I cannot do. Refine your rhythmic breath again and again throughout the practice. And then keep this rhythmic breath and awareness of your breath, but open your eyes and bring your right ear close to your right shoulder. Breathe into the left side of the neck. Tuck your chin a little bit, head down. Breathe into the back of the neck. Stretch the neck, make your head heavy. Keep awareness on breathing and then left ear close to the left shoulder. Stretch the right side of the neck. Head up, bring your chin a little bit back and still lengthen your neck as you back bend through the neck. So you can have a nice back bend with lengthening at the back, not crouching at the back of the neck. And then let's reverse the circle. Left ear close to the left shoulder. Breathe into the right side of the neck. Maybe close your eyes this time. It always will permit you to go a little bit deeper into the sensation. Chin down, head down. Breathe into the back of the neck. And bring your right ear close to the right shoulder. Relax your jaw. Head up. Take a little bit of back bend at your neck, but chin back a little bit. Still lengthen across the back of the neck as you back bend. And then come back with your head to the center. Uncross your legs and cross to the opposite direction. The other shin at the top. Breathe in, take your arms wide. And then over your head, allow your palms to meet. Exhale, hands through the heart, bow your chin gently down. And again, establish intention for the beginning of the April. What is your goal? What would you like to create? What would you like to achieve? And with this can-do attitude, focusing on what we can do, let's open the eyes and let's bring in some more movements. Right hand onto the right side, left arm over the head. Side body stretch. Keep both sitting bones on the ground, and maybe you can bend the right elbow a little bit to deepen the stretch. Move back via center into the other side. Keep hips on one level and focus on side body length. Try to straight through the top arm. And then come back up, both arms up. Let's twist to the right. Left hand onto the right knee. Look behind the right shoulder. Keep long spine. On breathe in, lengthen a little bit more. On breathe out, twist a little bit more. Come back through center, both arms up, lengthen, reach up. Exhale, twist to the other direction. Keep your head above your trunk. There is a big tendency to lean with the head more forward because we sit so much in front of the computer and in smartphones. So mindfully take the head slightly more backward and then come back to the center. Take your both arms up, lengthen. Exhale, drop the hands down. Lengthen the legs in front of you just to stretch them, and then take both feet behind your seat, crawl into all fours. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Keep the right palm down, lift the left arm up, open across the chest. Breathe in here fully. On breathe out, cat pose, drop the left hand down, round the spine. 2 more times like this. Breathe in, left arm up, open across the collarbone. Exhale, drop the left palm round the spine to the cat. 1 more time, left arm up, breathe in. And this time, as you lower, twist your left arm to the right. Head down, left side of the head on the floor. Right hand on the ground. Or if you like, you can always bring right arm behind your back, snuggling the right fingers towards the left thigh. Stay here. It's not a big twist, but it's a safe twist. Very mild and happy twist for your spine. Breathe up and down the center channel right in front of your spine. As you breathe in, allow the belly to rise. As you breathe out, it's as though you are vacuuming your belly, lifting the pelvic floor and engaging your tummy. Take your right hand close to your face if it's not there already. Push the ground away. One last time, lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left hand down, come back to neutral spine. Same to the right side, breathe in, right arm up, open. Exhale, cat pose. Drop the right hand underneath the right shoulder, round the spine. Breathe in, right arm up, open, get spacious. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tail, tuck the chin. One last time, breathe in, right arm up, open, do not rush. And as you exhale, twist your right arm over to the left, place your head on the mat. One option, stay here with left hand close to your face, or bring your left arm behind you. Snuggle the left finger somewhere good. You don't need to touch your thigh. You can always keep your arm on your lower back. Bring your left hand close to your face, to the floor. Push the ground away, reach your right fingers up. Inhale. Exhale, come back to neutral spine. And like promised, we will start strong. So sit on your heels. Take your hands in front of your knees. Breathe in here and breathe out. Bring your right knee towards your nose, round the spine. So it looks like this, knee to nose rounding the spine. As you inhale, sit back on your heels. Take your hands to the top of your thighs, elbows back, heart opens free. Hands down, left side, left knee towards your nose, head to the knee. Breathe in, sit back on your heels, hands to the thighs, elbows back, open across the chest. One more time like this, right knee towards your nose, round the spine. Breathe in, sit on your heels, elbows back, open the chest. Hands in front of the knees, exhale, left knee to the nose, contract the belly. Sit back on your heels, elbows back and open. You can repeat exactly the same, or to make it harder, take your right knee up and hover on the left foot. It looks like this. And then you settle it down again, hands up, elbows back. To the left side, hands down, left knee up, maybe go on to the top of the right foot, nose to knee. And then settle it back down, hands up, elbows back. One more round only. Hands forward, right knee to nose, be on the top of your left toes if you can. Settle it down, sit on your heels, hands back, elbows back, open. One last time, hands forward, left knee in, left heel in. And then sit it down, bravo. Hands on the thighs, spread your knees a little bit wider and get rest in child pose. Hands forward, forehead on the mat. Revisit your breath. Soften the back of the neck. And then lift yourself up, spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes under knees, hip distance apart. Exhale, first downward facing dog. Let's start to move around, softening one knee at a time. Make it feel luxurious. So at any movement that feels good, emphasize your fingers. Shoot the sitting bones back and up, shoulders towards your ears. Take a walk halfway forward. When you are in the middle of the mat, pause there. Shoot the sitting bones back if you need to bend your knees. And now start to make yes movement with your head, nodding the head front and back, front and back. Soften the neck. And now allow this movement to transfer to your middle spine and upper spine. It's like saying yes with your vertebrae. Upper spine, middle spine, like waving front and back, front and back. Walk your feet all the way forward between your hands. And now bend your right knee deeply, so much that your right thigh is close to the belly, and walk your fingers to the right side. Open this diagonal line on the left side body. Reach your left finger so much to the right and forward that you can feel the stretch. Walk your fingers to the left, bend your left knee. Right leg straight if you can. Stretch the right side body big time. Soften the neck. Come back to the center, hands on your shin bones, halfway lift, tuck the chin, shoulders back. Exhale, fall down towards the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, press down through the toes, lift up the heart, lift all the way up, arms up. Exhale, hands through the heart. We are at the top of the mat. Let's stay in motion. Breathe in, arms all the way up, lengthen. Exhale, fold down, nose towards the legs. Breathe in, halfway lift pose, tuck the chin. Exhale, step the left foot back, stay in lunge, keep your fingers on the ground and start rocking front and back. Front, bend the right knee and back straight or almost straight the right leg. Keep rocking so that you can lubricate throughout your joints. Then step your right foot back to the plank pose, high plank. Exhale, lower your knees and lower onto your belly. Bend your elbows. Let's take a Sphinx pose. Forearms forward. It's not a big back bend, but it's a safe back bend. A very nice back bend to start with. Squeeze your glutes. Free your lower spine so that you cannot feel that you are crunching your lumbar spine. It's long and free. Shoulders away from your ears, press your chest forward, squeeze between your elbows. It's like energy between the forearms. One more full inhale. And then release, hands close to the breastbones, forehead to the floor. Inhale, push the ground away, move through your knees to downward facing dog. Take several breaths. Getting more and more familiar with this shape, more and more cozy. And choose either step forward or hop forward between your hands. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold down, nose to knees. Inhale, rise all the way up, heart up, palms touch above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Breathe in, arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Forward fold, nose to legs. Inhale, halfway Uttanasana, halfway pose. And then step the right foot back. Go into lunge and start rocking front and back. Front and back. Make those movements yours. Now, as you bend the left knee, step the left foot back, find high plank, press through the fingers, lower your knees. Again, lower all the way onto the belly. Press the fingers a lot all the time. Take your forearms forward, come back to Sphinx pose. Try to lower your bottom of the ribs, low ribs, down to the ground. This will emphasize a little bit more of thoracic opening, your mid-spine opening. Rather than crouching into your lower spine, try to bring this openness to the upper spine. Shoulders down and back, long back of the neck. Press the heart forward even more. It's as though you are pressing your elbows back. They don't move, but there is this energy there. And then release your forehead down, hands close to the breastbones. Breathe in, lift. Push the ground away. Exhale, downward facing dog. About 3 breaths here. Settle your gaze onto the drishti point. And when you are ready, step it all the way forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, fold to the legs. Inhale, rise all the way up, heart up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through the heart. Let's build first standing sequence. Inhale, sweep your arms up, lengthen. Exhale, fold down, keep your heart open. Breathe in, halfway lift pose. Now step to downward dog, any foot first, right or left, and find downward dog. Breathe in, lift your right leg up for three-legged dog. Breathe out, step the right foot forward between your hands. Stay in high lunge. Inhale, lock the thumbs. So you are crossing your thumbs, lifting the arms up. Squeeze your glutes, especially the left one. Press right heel down and back. Lengthen. Now ground your left heel down on the ground, humble warrior. As you breathe out, interlace the fingers behind you, right pinky finger on the top, and lean down towards the inside of the right thigh. Keep your right hip in the center. Look back. Press down through the left heel. One more, breathe out fully. And as you breathe in, open to warrior two. Left arm forward, up and around. Find warrior two. Open your arms wide. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Squeeze between your feet. Then straight your right leg, shoot the right arm to the back, stretching the right side body. As you open, stay connected to the center line. As you breathe out, tune your tummy. And now move to Trikonasana A. If you need to, you can always heel toe your left foot a little bit in. It usually makes Trikonasana more approachable. Connect to strong and long lines in your body. Allow the goal of the shape of this pose to be the openness. Rather than leaning forward and down, try to lean a little bit more back, even if it means you are taking your right hand higher up. Take your left arm across the ear line, stretch the left side body. Then look down, roll down, clear it out with vinyasa. Right foot back, inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down, and remember, if you need to, you can always choose Sphinx instead of upward dog if this is tough. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, high lunge, lock the thumbs. Locking the thumbs like this. Lower ribs down. Strengthen the legs. Ground down your right heel. Interlace the fingers behind your left pinky finger on the top. Exhale, dive to the humble warrior. Keeping the left hip at center. So you do not allow your left hip to get out of the center line. Next, exhale, exhale fully, completely. And as you inhale, open to the new shape. Warrior two, circle your right arm up and around. Find your warrior two. Look to one drishti point. Straight your left leg, take your left arm over the head, stretch the left side body. Relax your jaw. If you wish, you can heel toe your right foot a little bit and then slowly take your left hand onto the left shin, ankle or below. Or you can take it higher, even to your thigh. It's up to you. Engage your legs, the front of your legs, your front thighs, your kneecaps. Press down through the balls of your feet. Those are the base of your toes. And then stretch the right arm across your ear line, stretch the right side body. Enjoy breathing. Look down, roll down, hands down, clear it out with vinyasa. Inhale, exhale, lower your weight. Inhale, open, shoulder blades in, squeeze the glutes. Exhale to downward facing dog. Strong belly takes you there. And let's start another flow. Breathe in, right leg high up. Exhale, step your right foot outside the right hand. So to the right edge corner of the mat. Drop the left heel down, keep right fingers low, and lift your left arm up. Breathe in space to your collarbones. Tuck the right hip under the left. Look down, walk your hands to the back of the mat, open the left toes outside, move to Skandasana. If this is difficult, you can always stay halfway down. If it's okay for your left knee to flex fully, maybe the hands will meet in front of the heart. Soften the neck. Remember, always when it gets tough, we tend to accumulate tension around the neck. So use every moment you remember to soften this place. Let's walk back forward to half moon pose. So walk the fingers forward, the right toes forward, walk the right fingers even more forward so that when you lean onto the right leg, right fingers are underneath your right shoulders and open to half moon pose. Of course, take a block underneath the right hand if you need to. Strong, long lines of energy everywhere from foot to crown, from arm to arm. Take a look down, roll your hands down, step the left foot to the back of the mat again. This time drop your left knee, both hands down to the inside of the right leg, and you can go for a lizard pose like this on your hands. You can place your forearms on the block, or you can drop your forearms on the floor. Wherever you are, squeeze left side glutes. And I want you today to keep your right knee close to the right shoulder. This way we will open a little bit more through the left side hip flexors. And then come back up. Keep the right foot on the outer edge of the mat, but straight the right leg. Remember, you can always help yourself with the block, books, any props you need to. And then lean gently forward so that you can stretch the right leg. And remember, it's never about how close your nose is towards the ground. It's always about this lengthening, stretching throughout the spine, pointing your toes towards the face and guiding the right side of your seat back. Now lift yourself up and try with control of the balance to move into kneeling position. So step the right foot back and kneel down. If you have fragile knees, sensitive knees, then bring a blanket underneath your knees or fold your mat double times. Tuck your toes under, tuck the tailbone underneath you. Bring your belly to be active. And now stretch your chest away from your hips. I like actively to use my hands here so that I can actually push my chest away from the hips. And now repeat, tuck the tailbone under and lift your chest up. Tuck the tailbone under and lift the chest up. One last time. Tuck the tail, lift the chest up and pause for a moment. So this is a very active back bend. Using your glutes, squeeze your glutes. And actually, when you squeeze the glutes, it always helps you to promote tucking of the tailbone so that the lower spine will be longer. One more full breathe in, fly your chest away from your hips. And then release it down. Take your hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot outside the left hand. Keep left fingers low, ground your right heel down, lift your right arm up, open across the chest. Tucking the left hip underneath the right. Tasty long breaths. Right hand down, walk to the back of the mat, open your right foot to the outside, bend your right knee. You can stay here or you can choose to go lower. Maybe the hands will meet on your heart. You can always use your hands for support in front of you. Lift your left toes towards the ceiling. Walk back to the front of the mat. Walk left fingers even more forward than the top of the mat, so that when you lean onto the left leg, left hand is underneath the left shoulder, and then peel your body open. If it's hard, you can always hold your hand on the floor, on the wall if you prefer, or on the block. Stay active through the right leg. Maybe even activate your right foot into the flexion or into the point if you prefer. And then step the right foot all the way back. Settle your right knee down. You can choose to stay on your hands if you wish, or forearms on the block, or forearms on the ground. Keep your left knee close to the left shoulder. Each time you are on yoga mat, learn to activate your glutes. In the modern sitting lifestyle, we can find a little bit of atrophy in the muscles of our butt cheeks. So it's super important to activate and fire them as often as we can. Hands down to the floor. Straight your left leg, point your left toes up, and stretch the left side hamstrings. Think about pushing your rib cage away from your hips. So you are stretching front ribs away from your pubic bone and your back ribs away from your sacrum. This way you are equally long through the front and back. And then a little bit bend your left knee, lift yourself up and shoot your left leg back. You can do it with little step if you need to. Tuck your toes under again. Of course, fold your mat few times if you need support for your knees. Again, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes. Even imagine that you are trying to smash something between your thighs. So the thighs, inner thighs are energized towards each other. And lift your heart away from your hips. Tuck the tailbone under, tune your belly, chest away from your hips. Two more times like this. Squeeze the glutes, lift the chest. And this is also a very healthy way to do the camel pose. If you are very open, you might feel this urge to touch your heels, but do it if it feels good. If you are sure that you are keeping your glutes active, and think still about sending the heart up. So it's not so much about leaning backward, it's much more about lengthening still as you back bend. Simultaneously try to climb up, left hand, right hand, and then drop the hands down round the spine. Cat shape. Breathe in, open to the cow. And we will try to do 3 Chaturangas. If this will be too much, you can always do it on your knees. If it's easy, you can do it with your knees up. Your choice. Breathe in, breathe out, Chaturanga, either up or on your knees. Breathe in, high plank, press the fingers. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. This was third time. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bravo. Refine your breaths. And let's squeeze something stretchy in between the sequences. So drop your knees down. And I would like you to situate just like me on the mat, so that our knees have space to go to the outsides of the mat. We will do the frog pose. Walk your knees away from each other and keep 90 degrees angles between your thighs and between your calves. So rather than directing the big toes towards each other, keep your calves parallel and your feet parallel. And then maybe you will stay on your hands and this is all. Maybe you can drop your forearms down. And if this is easy, maybe even relax your forehead onto your hands. Refine your breath. If you don't feel a lot, maybe try to shift your hips slightly backward. Even a few centimeters make a huge change. About 3 more breaths, and I know it's sometimes a killing pose for the inner thighs and groins, but it's almost finished. Climb up onto your hands and take your knees in towards each other. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Squeeze so much that you can right now strengthen. It's really nice and helpful to do the contra pose after. So squeezing and strengthening after stretch. And then release. We will go for another flow. And right now, if this will be too difficult, I will give you alternatives to choose rather than side plank and wild thing, side plank and wild thing with a bottom knee down. So if wild thing or side plank will be too much, remember that you can always lower your bottom knee and do the side plank like this, or wild thing like this with open heart. Okay, remember to use your fingers also. So let's go for a flow and let's see. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your right leg up, bend your right knee, scorpion tail, press down through the fingers. Maybe you can look over your left shoulder and gaze at your right foot. Stretch the right knee up, 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 up. And now listen, bring your right knee to the left side of your ribs. One option, stay here, or maybe you can drop the left heel to the right and extend the right leg to the left. If this is too much, stay in the plank. Lengthen the left arm across your head. Exactly. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your right knee in towards your chest. Point your right knee up, drop the left heel down, point your right arm up, and this is the moment if you need, you can drop the left knee down. If it's okay, keep the side plank and maybe even extend the right leg up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wild thing, you can do it on your knee or you can step back. Take your option. 3, 2, 1. Roll back and find vinyasa in between. If you need, of course, drop vinyasa and wait in downward dog, or do it in easy way with cats and cows. Anything that is symmetrical, and we will meet at downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, bend your left knee, point the left knee skyward, look over your right shoulder. Maybe you can see your floating foot. And listen, take your left knee to the right side of your ribs. Maybe you will stay here in plank, or maybe drop the right heel to the left, extend your left leg to the right, sway your right arm over the head, and hold for 5, 4, 3, press left fingers, 1. Take your left knee in towards your chest, right side plank, drop the right heel down, left knee up, left hand up, or maybe drop the right knee down. So if it's hard, drop the bottom knee down. Do not rush. Do what you need. Maybe you can also extend the left leg up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Wild thing, the way you would like to take it. Maybe step the left foot back and open. And I remind you, the easier option, right knee down, extend the leg, open like this. Take your option. And we will meet together in the flow to finish, in vinyasa in between. So come back to plank or maybe onto your knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open up, press down through the fingers. Exhale to downward facing dog. We will change into a little bit slower pace right now. Breathe in, lift your right leg up. Exhale, slide your right knee behind the right wrist. So it looks like pigeon for a second, but actually we will drop the right side hip on the floor and sweep the left leg forward and around to find Gomukhasana, knee-to-knee pose. Cushion up if you need to, bring blocks underneath your seats if you need to, or you can always extend the bottom leg, the right leg forward. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. One option, stay here, or if you have room, you can fold forward. Relax the back of the neck. And then slowly climb up. Take your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Keep this form in your legs. Take the left arm behind your back and twist to the left. Push your left knee to the right. Remember not to reach your head forward. Mindfully bring your chin gently back. Keep your head above the center of your trunk. Come back to the center, take a contra pose to the right. And then come back. And let's uncross the legs. Cross the shins in front of you, roll forward, and move to downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your left leg up. Breathe out, take your left knee behind the left wrist. Then drop your left hip over to the left and sway the right leg around. Tuck your right knee on the top of the left. And if it's super painful and not so cozy, it's really easier when you sit higher. So do it if you need it. Stay straight, or with your exhale, fold forward. Softness and ease at your face, jaw, eyebrows. Remember to focus on what you can do. It's a big achievement that you are standing on your yoga mat and trying your best. So you should always feel like a superhero by taking this time. Climb back up to sit. And take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Snuggle the right arm behind you. Push the right knee away as you twist to the right. Take a contra twist to the left. And now we will stay low. Like promised, we are doing a strong beginning into the April. So if you would like to try a headstand from here, you are more than welcome. But as always, it's not necessarily, not obligatory. So if not headstand, maybe the dolphin will be a nice, strong option. What we can try out to do is to go into headstand from Gomukhasana legs. I will try to break it through steps by steps and we will see how it goes. So we are crawling forward, interlacing the fingers, elbows shoulder width apart, taking the head between the forearms, and maybe you can lift your seat and drag your legs towards you. Maybe you can keep your legs crossed as you lift them up, but if it's not possible at all, then maybe from here uncross your legs and move to dolphin. So whatever you need, we will stay for 5 breaths. Not longer, just trying out something. Yeah, I see you. Try it out if you can. If you are trying dolphin, maybe it's a three-legged dolphin. Exactly, Cecilia. Yes, Daniela. Anya, sure. Perfect. And then after 5 breaths, lower down your knees and come back into child pose. Crawl up to sit. Take your seats to one side and straight both legs forward. Sit a little bit more forward, take a look behind you, make sure you have enough room to roll all the way down. Bring your knees to your outer ribs and sway gently left, sway gently right. Now join your feet together and bring your nose towards your toes. Pull your feet in, do your best. Open to happy baby pose. And sway a little bit left and right. Let's open one leg at a time here. Extend the left leg to the outside. You can bring your left hand to the inner groin, to the inside of your left thigh. Maybe give yourself a gentle massage. Don't go too hard. Always try to flirt between the pleasure and the pain, between the ease and the labor in practice. And allow the ease and pleasure a little bit to win over the pain and labor. And then the other side, come back via happy baby, and then open your right leg to the outside. Massage a little bit your inner groins. Move back into happy baby pose. And we will finish with back bend. Drop your feet down. It will be a fish pose. If the fish pose is too much for you, you can always stay halfway down. Let's tuck the hands underneath our seat so that you can cross the thumbs like this, and the hands are going underneath your butt cheeks. Press the forearms and elbows so much that you can lift yourself. So you need to have your forearms and elbows parallel. This way it will be easier to lift your chest up. If it's not happening for you, you can do the same from sitting. So sit up and slowly lower your forearms. It should be easier if you cannot move from lying down. And now you can choose to stay here, or you can take the crown of the head towards the mat. Take 5 breaths. Press the elbows down so you can free your heart even more. And then gently roll down to lie down. Tuck the chin in, slide the back of the head down, upper spine, and release your hands. Push your knees towards your chest, nose towards the knees again. Give yourself a big hug. And then drop the head, drop your knees to the right side. Open your left arm to the left. Final twist. Come back to the center and let your knees to fall to the left. Extend your right arm to the right. Stay heavy through the right shoulder. Come back to the center. And then allow your legs to go long. Open your palms towards the ceiling. Tuck your shoulders a little bit underneath you. Shavasana, the final relaxation. Of course, if you need to, you can bring a blanket. But if you are ready, Then start to relax more and more. And before we will go into total silence, just remind yourself the intention for this month, for this spring. What would you like to focus the most? What you focus on the most decides the course of your life. A simple change of focus from what you cannot do to what you can do can bring a massive difference to your outlook. You begin to attract solutions. So whenever you encounter yourself defeating self-defeating thoughts, use the 2 days mantra to change your mindset from negative to positive attitude. I focus on what I can do instead of focusing on what I cannot do. Hold yourself in the place of silence and stillness as an observer to whatever is coming into your consciousness. We will take few more moments here, and then I will wake us up. If you find yourself ready to wake up, then slowly move your fingers, toes, roll your head from side to side, and come back to bigger movements, bigger stretches. Yawn or make a side out. Stretching the jaw feels amazing. And when you are ready, come back to the seated position. Take your time. And stay committed to your intention. If you remind yourself what is important to you each time you are on yoga mat, then it's actually more easier to follow this in real life. So let's finish together in seated position, drawing the hands in Namaste. Namaste to you. Thank you for today's practice. And if I don't see you this week, then happy Easter holidays.